If I had a dime for every time I heard or saw someone say the words, I don't give a, I would be like halfway to my $1,000,000 by now, like for real. We hear people say that term all the time, and a lot of the time saying I don't care about something is a defense mechanism. What we think, we are protecting ourselves from being exposed or being vulnerable in a space with people who will not appreciate us or who will not supply us the security blanket we need when we are feeling inadequate, insecure, or just unstable. So we'll stamp I don't care, I don't give a F, we'll stamp that on some stuff real quick when deep inside that is coming from a place of defense, a place of hurt, and sometimes a place of confusion. Sometimes we'll go to I don't really care when something doesn't feel comfortable or it no longer fits the story or the narrative that we want and that we need for our life in that time. Now, since we're taught from birth to serve others, to be nice, to be thoughtful, and to just basically consider other people and kind of people please, it's our natural innate behavior to care about what other people think, especially when it's related to people that we care about, our colleagues, people we look up to, people who we respect, and people that we've helped. So it's our natural human behavior to have a care or concern about something that someone is expressing to us that doesn't match what we assume that they would say. Now, the thing about this is it can be a little bit tricky. Hearing other people's perspectives and opinions about what you have going on, about your ideas, about what you should be doing, shouldn't have been doing, anything like that, it can be a little tricky. On one end, you can definitely benefit from having the advice and the perspective of someone who cares about you, someone who wants to see you win, someone who has experienced what you're going through, or somebody who has the resources that can help you move through what you're going through. And on the other end, you can experience getting advice or guidance from people who are just coming from a place of fear. And a lot of the times with anything we get from anybody, they can only express through their experience and through what their perspective is based off that experience. So sometimes we can take our ideas or things that we're excited about, or even things that we want to confide in someone, we can take those things to people that just do not have the tools to give us what we need in those moments when we need to express. And in those moments, they can project onto us things that they may even perceive as them protecting you or keeping you safe, when really they're coming from a place of fear and stagnancy. And sometimes, Josh, depending on who you talk to, they could be sharing their ideas from a space of being jealous and envious, or having a scarcity mindset. If you are a person who is looking to continue to grow and evolve, sharing your ideas and your precious thoughts with people like that who function from a space of scarcity or fear can be detrimental to where you're growing and where you're looking to grow to. So in today's video, your girl V is going to be giving you 5 tips and actions that you can do to truly not give a So the first thing you need to truly not give a care about what other people think is self-awareness. Self-awareness at the core basic value is simply being connected to and understanding what your current morals are spiritually, emotionally, and morally. Like, being in tune with what those things are will help you stay grounded when you're exposing yourself to other people's perspectives, their beliefs, or expectations about anything you have going on. Let's say, for instance, you are a fashion designer and you come up with this super dope, brand new, never seen before pattern or fabric. And if you take this particular idea that's new, nobody has ever seen it, nobody's ever worked with it, nobody ever seen it on the runway or seen your idea do what you're experiencing or what you visualize that your idea can do, if you take this idea to your favorite people without being aware and being grounded of who you are, you can really get your feelings hurt. Your hero can really crush your dreams right quick if you don't have yourself together. So here is the how to get connected to your self-awareness. What has worked for me in my journey is always listing or journaling or writing things down so I can really quiet the extra thoughts in my mind and get truly clear on what is really coming out of my body, my being, my soul, what all of me is truly telling me is going on. With step number 1, creating self-awareness and getting connected to self-awareness, you're going to start with the list. With this list, what I want you to do is write down 3 things. In one column, I want you to write down, actually, you know what? On one whole piece of paper, I want you to write down who I am not. List all the things that you can think of that you may have seen on social media or you may have heard in your past, or if you have, tried this idea before and it failed. Any limiting beliefs that you may even have in your head, jot all of those down. Give yourself a moment in a space of being quiet. Get private with yourself. Get secluded. Put your phone on do not disturb. Even if you want to enhance the energy even more, you can get you some binaural beats going, or you can get you a diffuser with some of your favorite essential oils, just to set the tone for you to be able to truly connect inside and hear the answers come out, and you can actually write those answers down and not try to naturally combat them with something to soothe those thoughts in your head. That's what you're going to write down first. You're going to write down who I am not. Because first of all, to be aware of who you are, you got to get aware of who you are not. For those people who say, oh, you're a preacher's kid, you must be this, and that. Or I heard about you because I know your family. Or, oh, I know how they do things over there. I know how you coming. Anything that you may know, all of those are projections, and people don't be knowing. You don't know how I do. I am who I am. Their story does not have to be mine. A lot of the times people try to go ahead and put you in a box so they can feel like, boop, check you off the list. I already got you understood. When we are humans our goal is to continue to evolve and continue to grow and change. Please do not keep putting me in the same box. You gonna sell yourself short continuing to put me in the same box and not realizing that I do grow and evolve. So yes, get clear on what you are not first. That way, if you hear anything that, if you take your idea and they say, girl, that ain't gonna work, that's too expensive, or girl, you ain't got the money for that, or girl, you ain't go to school for that. Any of those ideas, if they register with what you put on your list that you already pre-anticipated you may hear, soon as your brain hears that, it's like, no, that ain't true, because we made our list and we already know that that's not what we not. So you can automatically cross that whole challenge off of you having to pick apart like, well, damn, am I this way? Do I feel like that? Did I do that? I wasn't trying to make them think. You don't even have to do that with yourself because you are clear on who you are not. Okay? Second list I want you to write down on another piece of paper is why I do what I do. Get clear on what your intentions are. If the only answer you can come up with is for the money, or because I saw somebody else doing it, or anything that is superficial and that is not connected to evolving you or helping to elevate someone else's life or helping to elevate your life so you can create generational wealth or a generational wealth of better knowledge for you and your family. If the reason that you can write down of why you do what you do is not deeper than anything on the surface, please reevaluate what you are doing. Sometimes we get in the mode and we get in this robot, automatic hamster on the wheel mode, and we do things because mama did it or because it was easy for me to jump into, or it came second nature, or I already knew how to do it so I went ahead and did it. those are not answers that are going to sustain you throughout a lifetime of being able to create that and generate that. Not saying that you have to do one thing your whole entire life, but whenever you are deciding to dedicate yourself to something, you want to commit yourself to something that you can be passionate about, because your passion, your drive, your hunger to get it done, your true why you started doing what you're doing is going to get you through the sleepless nights. It's going to get you through the moments where you might have to cut back on going out to eat and happy hour, to sacrifice to save money for your business. It's going to get you through the times where people you love didn't understand. It's going to get you through the changes of your circle, your environment. It's going to get you through the hard things when you're climbing that mountain. So get clear on what your true values are when it comes to why you do and why you connect yourself and commit yourself to certain things. The last list I want you to create connected to self-awareness is who am I, or who I am, whichever way you want to put it. But get clear on who you know yourself to be. If your list is short, then that just lets us know that you have a little bit more ways to go and to grow and to get connected with yourself. You have more space to develop and evolve your relationship with yourself. And that's really a beautiful place to stand. It's a really beautiful place to be. But we have to be aware first. Awareness is the first step with anything. We hit it everywhere. We got to know what's going on so we can change it and rearrange it. So your last list, it needs to be who I am. I am funny. I'm on time, I'm dependable, I'm hardworking, I'm honest, I am a go-getter, I am not weak, I am opinionated, I am comfortable speaking my truth. Whatever those things are, write all those things down. That way when you're experiencing something or somebody that doesn't register or equal up to what you know you are and what represents who you know, your brain, you sat down with yourself and got clear. Nah, this who I am, and this is who I am not, and this is why I do what I do. Once you have that established, you are already, that is your foundation. Those 3 blocks, those 3 lists can be the start to your foundation of being self-aware. That way, when you are exposing yourself to the world, can't nobody tell you who you are and what you do and why you do what you do. Can't nobody convince you other than because you know you. And it's nobody else's responsibility to know you but you. The second thing I recommend you do to truly not care about what others think is to heal childhood trauma with any forms of therapy available. Therapy can be meditation, it could be journaling, it could be getting out in nature, crystal work, seeing a therapist, seeing a counselor. Anything that allows you the space to tone out the world and tap into yourself and truly hear those answers that God is speaking through you and get clarity through those answers, those are forms of therapy. Now granted, you need more than one way to therapy because different forms of therapy help us heal different things. So you can be in your car and have great ideas and have great aha moments and have moments where you come to realizations about things, but it's important that when we have special realizations, we have the opportunity to write those things down or document them. That way, if we ever revisit a feeling like that again, or we're ever lost or we're feeling ungrounded, we can have something to reflect on and remember, like, oh yeah, this is that. So it's good to have those moments where you can reflect and journal. So I just wanted to share that with you guys just as an example of, like, you know, you do want to have more than one way that you look towards for your therapy. Therapy and healing childhood trauma is so important because it reflects how you respond and how you react in pretty much every relationship that you have in life. Relationship with yourself, your kids, your significant other, your friends, your work relationships. And relationships is truly life. As human beings, we need to be connected to one another. And we have better success in those relationships when we understand who we are and when we've healed certain perspectives that may have damaged or could potentially damage a relationship or another opportunity for something else to evolve. Here I am again with my list. So for healing your childhood trauma, we can create another list to become aware of what's going on. Again, like I mentioned before in step 1, when you're creating your list, do this in a time where you can create space and time to be quiet and be still. This may take 5 minutes, it may take 30 minutes, and it may also take more than one time or more than one session of sitting down with yourself and clearing out and cycling through those thoughts. The goal is to allow your brain to basically freestyle and go to those areas of hurt and darkness and pain, or even not even that. Even if you want to start with, you know what, there are some things about myself that are not my favorite things, and if I was to see these characteristics in another person, I would like run for the hills. You also want to definitely get clear with those things too. So a lot of the times when we act outside of what we are comfortable with, like if we gossip, or if we tend to kind of triple up into some mess, or if we, don't value relationships the same as how we would want a relationship with us valued. All those different things come from some type of trauma, some type of warped perspective about something. So we need to write those things out and get clear on, well, how do I feel? What do I see? How do I think about these things? Do I gossip too much? Am I a little messy? Do I be lying? Did I steal that? Was I present with my children? Was I present with my mom? What spaces of missed opportunities have you created because of who you are? Just give yourself a moment and some time and be patient with yourself to write all of that down. Once you have a moment to write that down, like I said, it can take more than one session. So, child, if you like, okay, today I'm going to give myself 45 minutes to write, reflect, and whatever, and then I'll revisit it again when I feel ready, that's okay as well. Now, once you've done that, once you've gotten clear and gotten it out of your head what those traits are, what that trauma could be, this is a process that I call facing your demons. When people say face your demons, this is what I envision when it says facing your demons. Facing the dark, heavy things that keep us from functioning in our true full form. We can't truly be all the way happy for others when we're not all the way happy for ourselves. And the list can go on from just happy. We can fill that blank in with so many different things. So this is an opportunity for you to face your demons. Once you do that, I want you to create another list on another piece of paper, things that contrast that trauma or those behaviors. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a challenge. If you have anything on your list that is related to yourself, let's use negative. I'm a pessimistic person. I worry a lot. I'm always expecting the worst thing because things always go bad. Let's say that that's you. On your other piece of paper, once you realize, like, dog, I am really a negative thinker. On your contrary piece of paper, I want you to write out an action that contrasts being negative. So if a contrasting action to being negative is being positive, how can you be positive? Let's start with some actions that you can do with being positive. So let's say, okay, you know what? Today is Sunday. I realize that I have some negative thoughts and I'm negative with myself. So for the next 5 days, every day I wake up, I'm gonna take time to say out loud 3 things that I am grateful for in my life. That way, throughout each of those 3 days, even though you're starting in the morning with being grateful, things happen in life. But it's all about retraining our brain to have control over our thoughts and our reactions. So in those moments, after you said what you're grateful for that morning, you're going to go about life like normal. You may have a normal situation that happens that's always negative because something always going on. But in that moment, with your new practice, what you want to do is be mindful and be aware that, hey, you know what? I said I was grateful for having a roof over my head and warmth to lay in last night because it is cold outside. And there are people who are having to sleep on the streets. When you're having a situation that is getting a little messy or a little sticky, or it's seeming like something is trying to provoke you, reflect back to what you're grateful on. That can be something that'll give you a foundation to get you back grounded, to be like, you know what, nope. I normally would have popped off, or I normally would be feeling a way about this, but I'm grateful that I had a bed and a warm home to sleep in tonight. So I'm just gonna be thankful for that, and I'm gonna let that do its thing. I'm not even gonna entertain that negativity. Being aware of that will give you something that you can basically replace in your brain. Right now your brain has negativity. It don't know what else to fill in that spot. So now you're basically practicing things and practicing ways to refill those negative spots with positive spots. And that's what you can start out with everything that you feel comfortable with working on your own with yourself. Sometimes it takes more than a list. You might have to Google, you may have to research, find you some books, find you some blogs, different things that can actually pour into you that can replace your current level of knowledge, because the current level of knowledge we have is strictly based off our current experiences and perspectives. Sometimes we have to go outside of our comfort zone or our home or our local space with using the internet to find a better environment and better resources to pour into our minds so we can learn better and have a different perspective. If you see there's anything on that list that may be too heavy for you to handle on your own, please seek help for that. You can get help with a life coach, a counselor, or a therapist. And now all those things are virtual, to where you don't even have to go meet these people in person. You can be in the comfort of your home. And if you're not feeling it, child, you can hang the call up. And I'll tell you this, you might have to date around a little bit to find the right fit for a therapist or counselor or life coach. Just like any other relationship in our life, we have to date around, find a good doctor, a good hairstylist, a good nail tech. A life coach or someone who is there to be your mentor in life is the same thing. They can help guide you and give you resources and tools, and help save you some time with getting to those resources and tools, so you can be manifesting the life you want sooner and not be bogged down by any blockages that's connected to trauma. So I'm real heavy on that number 2. Heal your trauma. The third thing you want to do to truly not give up is to work on your self-confidence. You gotta know, like you know that you are the shit. And also, with knowing that you are the shit, you gotta also know that there are other the shits around you. And not only are there other the shits around you, somebody else's version of being the shit does not take away from you being the shit. It does not devalue you being the shit. It does not take away from anything that you have, that God put into you to bring to this earth. So work on that self-confidence. Get cute. Do your hair. I recommend especially working with your own natural hair, because yeah, you can put on a wig, a half wig, a bun, some braids. I mean, that's an easy way to feel better about yourself. But you know, that's giving you validation through something else that's still not you and still not yours. So I say do your real hair, put you a little makeup on, or if you don't wear makeup, do your lip gloss, your face moisturizer, accessorize yourself, get cute, take you some pictures, some selfies, work on your pose, work on all that, and just see yourself in a new light. See yourself through love and admiration. See yourself how you would want your significant other to see you. Ultimately, I don't care what you do. You can be a nurse, you can be a teacher, a doctor, an entrepreneur. Whatever you are a brand. And anytime we look good, we feel good. Looking good doesn't mean we gotta have on $1,000 pair of shoes. Looking good doesn't mean we have to have a beat face and a beat mug. It doesn't mean we have to have bundles down to our butt. It doesn't mean any of that. Looking good means that you feel comfortable and you feel your absolute best in how you're presenting yourself. The next thing that goes with beauty is brains. So once you beautify yourself and you are aware that you are the shit, we got to work on the brains. Anytime that we are feeling less confident about something, it's because we lack knowledge about it. So if you're presenting a new idea or a new project, or you're working on a new career field or whatever, learn all you can about what that thing is, how it works, master your niche in that thing. Just get totally engulfed in it. Let that thing become a part of who you are, so that way when you are presenting it, you can present it not only with the passion that you have, but the love of the knowledge that you have about whatever that thing is. Anything that we have going on that we feel nervous or scared to talk about, or like we get that anxiety feeling when we think about even just opening our mouths a little bit about it, that's a space for you to work on developing more esteem and more security around. Excuse the car. I don't know why everybody want to be loud on the interstate today. But that allows a space for you to work on that and develop that area. Newsflash, sweetheart. If you are a person who feels like, you know what, I'm going to have my wall up, I'm going to have my guard up because I can't trust people. I ain't trying to be vulnerable out here in these streets. That means, sweetheart, that you need to learn more about you. The only reason why you feel unprotected and not secure in a space with people who you don't know or new people at all is because you don't feel safe and secure within yourself, because you don't know who you are, you don't know your self-worth, and you're not sure and grounded in that. So if you do feel that way and you feel guarded about yourself, there's another space and opportunity for you to grow and evolve in that area, because we are light. God has blessed us all with certain things, and we ought to be just shining like the sun, honey. Shining, 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 yeah, shining, yeah. But you gotta have your confidence together. Confidence is something that you cannot fake. So you gotta do the steps, take the actions to truly possess confidence in yourself and in your self-worth. The last thing that is the easiest thing to say and the hardest thing for people to do is to keep your business to yourself. Keep your business and mind your business, period. The reason why I say that is because honestly, at the raw, good, bare foundation of it all, everybody is not destined to go with you to every level, and vice versa. You're not destined to go with everybody to every level that they experience as well. We create connections and bonds and attachments to people and things, and we love them, and we want to be able to elevate and expand and grow, but we also want to keep all the cool things we want with us and bring it along with us. But ultimately, the higher we go, the lighter we need to be, and we just may not have space for that. Not only may we not have space, they may not have mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever, evolved to even effortlessly fit into that new space. So everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. Practice silence when it comes to the seeds that you are watering and the projects and ideas that you are harvesting. Practice silence around those things. Let your energy and your ideas be enough to water those seeds, and let the growth of those seeds and the crop that those seeds harvest, let those things speak for you. Because see, truthfully, you don't have time. When you are creating, you're evolving, you're growing, you're developing into this great higher vibrational being, you don't have time to worry about who jealous and who didn't support you, who ain't share your post, who didn't subscribe to your channel. Did they come to the grand opening? Was they there when I was putting up pictures and stuff on my wall? Did they help? You don't have time to worry about engage people's loyalty and their respect and their honesty and their basically being down for you. You don't have time to be trying to gauge that when you're creating and you're building and you're empowering and you're evolving. You ain't got time for that. Growing and evolving is a job within itself. Once you yield your crop, the same people who would have been shady, halfway there, not supporting you, not purchasing from your brand, not sharing your stuff, whatever, those same people are going to do the same exact thing that they would do in the beginning. So if they were not going to support you in the beginning when you brought them your precious idea before it even became something, and they shitted on you like, girl, don't nobody want that. Girl, what you doing? You don't even do that. Where you coming from? Can't nobody afford that. Girl, that's too high. Them same people are going to feel that same exact way once you get that expensive idea off the ground. Once people are subscribing to your YouTube channel. Once people are purchasing your book. People are booking their appointments with you. Those same people are going to feel that way. You let your success weed them out. See, when we are blessed with ideas and creative thoughts, God blessed us with those ideas, and we are then designed to see those ideas through. It's not meant for us to just go telling and spreading and go tell it on the mountain what our ideas are, because if God wanted everybody else to know what the idea was, he would have gave everybody else the idea. And whenever we are working on something, it's not our responsibility to figure out how we gonna get this and how this gonna happen. Let me tell her, because she the one, she got this connection, or she know about that, or he the one told me about this and he know about this. That's not our job to do that. We are designed to take the message, do what we feel is the best thing to do to create that and to bring that vision into fruition, and let that happen. The help and the knowledge and all the resources that we need to produce this certain thing is provided time after time. There are so many stories that I could tell in my life where I was like, dog, I don't know how I'm gonna get it, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it happened because it's not my responsibility to know how. God provides. The universe is already designed to respond to what we want, to respond to desires we have, to create the space and the environment for us to give back to others and to help others grow, and just all that. The universe is designed to respond to exactly what we want and exactly the thoughts that we have. So the help and the guidance is going to come effortlessly. That's why we only need a mustard seed of faith. So keep your ideas, work at your ideas, and let it bloom. Let that thing bloom, and let people automatically be shedded from your life to create space for the people, places, and things that are designed to meet you at your ascension. Every ascension you go, you're going to meet some new people, some new things, some new ideas. Just trust the process. It's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of being in your wilderness to find your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Whoever you honor for your existence has designed this plane and this environment to correspond with your pleasure, what you need to be a better person, what you need to vibrate higher. It's already said and done. It's up to us, being the soul beings on this human experience, to use the tools that we have to go through the hard work and the trials and tribulations that helps to shape and mold us to the better, stronger people for the better, abundant life that we have been designed to have. So with that being said, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can get a notification every time I upload a video. Things is changing around this piece. You feel me? We get deep. We get into the core of the issues. So we are learning what actions it takes to truly be a better person and to truly manifest the life that we want. Remember, beautiful people, pack light, and I'll see you guys in the next upload.